I'm using you to inculcate people into Igtheism. How does that make you feel, dude?
Not much at all, really. Your belief system is sound, I think.
Igtheism is the only valid position to take on the topic of the God thing.
Honestly, yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, no.
Bro, I don't care if you like and subscribe, kid.
I'm just playing it wrong. I'm just playing around.
But yeah, I'm kind of behind, and let's see, that would be live stream like 30, and I'm only at like live stream 23 or something.
Oh no, I'm not actually upset. Like, I'm not gonna actually ask you to fucking end me out or anything. Like, I think we had like an actually productive conversation. Like, I think.
Well, my channel is more of an educational channel to teach people how an atheist thinks and argues. It's not just teaching people the philosophy of atheism. Like, there are plenty of resources people can look for, but there's definitely a misconception about us atheists out there that for some reason people think that we don't have definitions of God or something, like we're saying there are no definitions. Um, it has nothing to do with that per se. It has everything to do with, do we have like valid definitions? Can we justify our definitions? Just because we can semantically construct a statement doesn't mean that has any epistemic content. And I think when you start looking at the cultural gaslighting religion does, you begin to realize that 100% of the information you have about God is entirely internally constructed semantic content. That there is no external referent to these things, that they're just amalgams of descriptors that we've come up with by our interactions in reality. Like, we've learned about flatness, we've learned about roundness, we've learned about awesomeness and shittiness and all these things, and we use our imaginations to construct these religions. And we've done this for so long that culture doesn't remember, our society doesn't remember inventing these things, and it just comes through this inculcative pathway. So what's happened is our species has been gaslit into believing that entirely semantic content can serve as a valid epistemic bridge that we can use as a prior to begin investigating about this natural phenomenon. And I think if it's a natural phenomenon and we're trying to describe an extant, that the only way that we can properly represent an extant is by way of our experience, where we just detail what should be confirmed by our shared interrelated experience of the thing that we can discuss about it. This is why I say existence or ontology should be the most trivial aspect of the conversation. Whether a thing exists or not should be hashed out up front before you sit down and at the epistemic table and begin talking about it. That you should walk into the ontology room with the table of the ontology and put an object on that table. If you're not doing that, you're not allowed into the epistemology room. You have to do that step first. We have to observe and fact check that you got a thing. We've all seen it, and then we're going to go talk about it, right? And that will be your epistemic bridge, right? How you got to the ontology and what's going to justify your primary assertions about it, which are, your experience is going to be the foundation that you infer, right? That you begin reasoning about it, and it's going to be the way that you experience it should be the way that I experience it. We have the same senses, right? So if you're saying a thing is there and it's blue, I should see a thing there and it's blue. And if I say, yep, I see the thing that's blue, that should affirm our suspicions together that that thing is blue. And so we could describe it with the blue descriptor, right? When we observe a blue thing, we don't discover blue. We just pull blue out of our semantic lexicon and apply the label blue, right? But we could do that same thing without an observation. We could just say there's a thing and it's blue, and that's entirely semantic. And then we can use that as a prior and say, hey, if blue things are there, we'll see them. And then, yeah, now we have a model that says if blue things are there, we'll see them. But there's no epistemic content. We're asking, is there a blue thing that we can see? We're not asking this hypothetical blue thing there to be seen, right? And so it's a category error. We're using semantics to justify epistemics, and we're using broken epistemics to justify the ontology. And the atheists have fallen into that trap, that they have been gaslit by the theists to accept such a low standard of semantic content as a valid epistemic prior.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got like a thought experiment. So before the conversation started, I got his box and I put a thing in the box. And the box is 3 feet cubed. It's got a lid on the top. Anything can fit in it. And once the lid's closed, the box weighs 3 pounds. If you shake it, it'll rattle 3 times. If anything you do to it, it's just you're going to get a metric or a unit of 3. Everything is impervious. Like neutrinos bounce. 100% of neutrinos just bounce right off the box. Nothing in, nothing out. If I told you I put an object in the box, what's in the box? Now remember, you have full access to all of your semantic references, all of your semantic descriptors. 100% of your semantic content you can bring to this question. What's in the box? Content and just describing what's in the box. Because the box is an analogy for experience. It's a barrier to experience. The problem isn't that you don't have the semantic information. Like, do you have before I tell you what's in the box? Do you know what the word flat means?
Yeah.
What about a tail?
Yes.
The word sharp.
Mm-hmm.
And what about incisors?
Yeah.
What about webbed?
Yep.
What about webbed hind feet?
Yep.
What about rodent or large? Were all those words in your semantic lexicon?
That's correct, yeah.
Well, if I open up the box and you see a beaver and it's a large rodent of the genus Castor having sharp incisors, webbed hind feet, and a flattened tail, noted for its ability to dam streams and rivers, what semantic word that I just used in that descriptor wasn't in your lexicon?
None of it.
What prevented you from just accessing those words and describing the animal?
Seeing in the box?
The experience. The experience is what's going to be your valid epistemic prior. Absent that experience, you don't have an epistemic prior. You have a semantic prior, I guess. It's not a prior, but you have semantics. You could just say, like I said, none of the words that we would use to represent what's in the box were words that we didn't already know, and we could do this with imaginary beings. It could just easily has been that beavers are imaginary beings, that we never discovered one, but that's their definition.
I could say a knife is in the box or a giraffe in this box, but without the experience, I can't know what's in the box without the epistemic. Well, not epistemic, but the experience.
Well, that's called ontologic access. The experience is your access to the ontology, because you can't actually fully grant the ontology of anything, right? Because we don't have that. We like, the example I give is like, if you have an apple, right, and you want to know what the inside of an apple looks like so that you have a better grasp of the ontology of an apple. I mean, you cut the apple in half, but are you looking at the inside of an apple now? Well, no, you're looking at the outside of 2 halves of an apple, right? You're not looking at you can't see inside of an apple. You have to destroy the apple's outer layers to see that. So there's really no way to do it. Now, you could do it layer by layer, be meticulous and build a model and all that, but you don't have access to a thing's true ontology. You just scratch the surface of it, right? You build this epistemic bridge to that experience where you're just kind of glossing the surface of it And then you're introducing that for conversation, where I was giving the example, you see a thing? Yeah, I see a thing. Is it blue? Yeah, it's blue, right? You're just giving labels to it so that we can talk about it. Those labels do nothing for you if they're not being said to another person for consideration, that shared interrelated experience.
So how do you interrogate the idea of God if God is in the box?
But I do what I just did. I show them epistemic reasoning, how to properly build an epistemic model. I show them that when it come to describing the thing in the box, the limitation wasn't your access to semantics, right? It was, what words should I even use to properly represent the semantics, right? Because the semantics is going to be the large rodent of the genus castor having sharpened sides. That all is semantic, right? The meaning in that statement is the beaver itself. It is the actual beaver, is the meaning to the word beaver. We just use these semantic references to the referent. So there is the referent, the beaver, and the words we're using are trying to describe a meaning, to provide meaning, but we're deriving that meaning from the observation. So these are descriptions, so that we can just package it up with the word beaver symbolically, so that we could use it in a sentence. The beaver is chewing on a tree. And every single word in that sentence is a symbol for a meaning, just like that. Every word, the beaver is chewing on the tree. You can click on it, and there's metadata. And beaver, metadata, chewing, metadata. Every single, and then the metadata behind every word for chewing is more metadata. It's just all this data, and that's our lexicon, right? The words we use to convey the meanings that we have. And we have meanings about ontology, and meanings about epistemology, and meanings on linguistics, on how we represent those two. And so people conflate linguistic representation as epistemic prior. They'll say, I can understand a god just like I can understand a unicorn. The problem is for one, it's a category error. The theist is not talking about a fictitious being, and a unicorn is a fictitious being, right? And if you're talking about a real unicorn, I've never heard a description of a real unicorn to this date. Because every time I talk about that, I'm talking about it with an adult, and they immediately understand the error of talking about real unicorns. So I have zero information about real unicorns. What I have is an amalgam of prior semantic references. So I have a horse, and I have a corn, and I have a uni, and I just smush all those together into a unicorn. But what I cannot do is use that as a valid epistemic prior. It is not part of an epistemology. I don't know that this is a unicorn. I'm asserting this is a unicorn as a fiction. And so to say that, hey, I can understand a unicorn, which is fiction, therefore I can address the theist, which is nonfiction, is a problem of modalities. It's a category error. Like, I agree what the theist is describing is best referenced as fiction, but they're not playing under the modality of fiction. So just lock them into that. Don't give them the freedom to move around with semantics. Lock them into the epistemics. They can't properly represent the God thing unless they have some observation of it. They can't do this with anything, not even a beaver. So I don't got to convince them that their God's not real. I just got to convince them of my epistemic model, that this is a better model than theirs. Because absent the observation, everything you say about an extant is going to be a non sequitur. Because the sequitur would follow the observation. That's the only way your statement about an object can be true, is if it's referencing the state of affairs. So if you're going to say it's blue, its blueness doesn't follow unless there's an observation of a thing being blue. So if you have unknown object X and you say it's blue, not only is that a contradiction in that statement because you're saying unknown object X, but let's just assume unknown object X, meaning we don't know anything about it. Therefore, the statement it's blue does not logically follow from the premise we don't know anything about it.
So
But
the discussion of what is God and what have you cannot really happen. Like the
not until there's a valid epistemic bridge.
Right.
Because what I was about to say is it also, like the statement "it's blue" is a non sequitur. The statement "it's not blue" is also a non sequitur. So you have both statements are not true. So any assertion you make about an extant absent the observation is going to be entailing contradictions. No matter what you say, if you say it loves you, right? Well, that doesn't logically follow, and so does it not loving me. Doesn't logically follow because there's no observation. From no observation, I cannot say the thing does not love me. I would need an observation of it being like, hey, I hate you. And then I would have evidence that it doesn't love me because it told me it hated me, right? So when you convince them that you can't make any statements about a thing's ontology absent the experience, you know, they can apply this standard to literally anything. They can see it's true from their own internal frameworks, right? They can ask themselves. They could just apply it. It's not like I'm trying to pull the wool over their eyes. Try to pull the wool back. That they've been gaslit into a bunch of bullshit.
And you're also not really trying to convince them that God is false or not. You're
Correct.
just trying to challenge how they come to conclusions.
Right. I am not trying to convince them. Like, I often say your God's not real, just to troll shit and stuff like that. But yeah, my philosophy is not trying to prove that your God does or does not exist. I don't care if your God exists or not. It's irrelevant to the philosophy because I only care if we're properly representing its epistemology. And what I go on to say is that sometimes that happens. Sometimes there are religious people, they're theists, they believe in the existence of a God, and they've got their ontology correct. It's rare, but naturalistic pantheists manage to do it. I just disagree with them on their importance factor that they give reality. I don't think you should revere reality, even though I think it's super awesome. That's like really my only pushback is that I don't think reality's worth reverence, whereas they are giving a thing reverence. But they can properly represent God's ontology. They can provide a proper epistemic model to do so, and they can draw from their semantic lexicon to get me to understand those propositions. So they check every box. There's no problem with naturalistic pantheism other than it's retarded. So yeah, I mean, whether your God exists or not doesn't matter. This philosophy is going to be able to address it, and people are going to be able to employ it and determine whether or not their own thing exists. They do it themselves. Like, I often lead them by the nose through it just for the fun, for the education purposes or whatever. But yeah, anybody that listens back to one of these videos and does this, they can think about it. I don't have to have direct contact. They can listen, they can do it themselves, and they can see that this philosophy is true. Now, whether their God exists or not, that's up to them to determine. I don't think their gods exist in general. The gods of classical theism, the pedo gods, the rest of the Bronze Age bullshits, like none of those fucking exist, right? But I'm not going to conclude about reality that reality has some, like, the state of affairs is in some kind of way when my data set is a bunch of dumb ground monkeys, right? Like, I can acknowledge that on the topic of cosmic entities, the only information that I have is a bunch of morons. So I'm not going to conclude that I know about the state of affairs, whether there is or isn't a cosmic entity. That's still on the table. I don't know. I'm just a ground monkey like the rest of them, right? And I, from my own vantage, recognize that I can't perceive any of this bullshit they're spewing, right? But I also can perceive that there is bullshit that they are spewing that's happening, right? I'm not going to ignore that and pretend that that's not happening, that I'm not exposed to God concepts, that I can't rationalize some of these things, right? Like, you got to have a model that actually addresses what's happening. What's happening is that monkeys believe stuff, and in my opinion, need help getting out of this logically, because the wool is pulled so far over their eyes that to a lot of people, I'm speaking some fucking foreign language to them, right? Like, they have no idea what the fuck I'm saying. I can understand God just like I understand a unicorn. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. If you're acknowledging that, why aren't you an atheist? If you realize that your only understanding of God is just a semantic reference, why are you on board? Why are you talking about God's ontology? There is no God's ontology, right? Atheist, right? There's no God's on, but that's what atheism is. It's addressing God's ontology.
Yeah. To be fair, I also well, doesn't even really apply. You know what? I think honestly, like, unlike the first time we talked, I think I actually had a productive conversation. So there's that. You did ban me because I was an asshole. So there was that.
I ban a lot of people, dude. A lot of people aren't ready for the conversation, and I just don't care to deal with their options. This is not a debate room. It says it all in my side chat. It's not a debate room. You don't get a platform to spew your ideas. You're basically in the the church or tabernacle or mosque of Igtheism, right? I'm just trying to get people to understand Igtheism, and to do that, I just show how the model can work on people's beliefs. But I don't care to give them a platform to spew them anymore. I did that for 20 fucking years. I'm done listening to their bullshit. I've got my model. If somebody wants to adjust the model or show me how the model's fucking bullshit, I'm all open ears to that, but I really don't care to learn more about religion anymore. It's all the same. Nothing new under the sun. So I'm not here to provide platforms for people. That's not what this room's all about.
Honestly, and I respect that. Like you have, and honestly, I think I'm in agreement for the most part. Just the first time around, I think things did not go well. So I'm glad I actually got back in here and talked about it. So there's that. Anyway, I think I have things to think about, and I should probably leave now. So, like, good talking to you.
I'm here.
Prove it. I'm just kidding. I stole your line. So is this what atheism is? A vacuum of silence?
Yo.
Prove it. I win.
Yo, Mogi. Yo, I can prove God to you.
Okay,
Wait,
proceed.
you there? 1 second. Can you speak now? Hello?
What?
Okay, I can hear you now. So I can prove God to you, bro.
All right, let's hear the work.
So here's how I think about it, you know? I think this life is like a test, you know? And at the end of our life, we're gonna die and we go to either heaven or hell. And I'm willing to give you an example to prove this, what I just said. I just said you have your family and somebody kills your wife, your father in front of you, and this person gets to live free. You know what I'm saying? So for the rest of your life, you're never gonna get justice. Let's just say the person shoots you in the legs and you become crippled for the rest of your life. And for the rest of your life, you know this person is gonna be walking free, and he's not gonna get punished. So my question to you: wouldn't it make sense that there would be a higher power that when you die and he dies, you both get justice?
No,
Why not?
because that's the magic bullshit.
Can you at least elaborate? Like that was a cold no, bro. Like I worked for this. Like I used my intelligence for this. You know, that's a solid example. No,
Yeah, but what did you observe in reality to indicate any of that?
like justice. Don't you believe in justice?
Like, so you're saying the justice I would be observing in your example would be somebody kills someone in front of you and then they live free.
They live free for the rest
That
of
would be an injustice.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That would be an
So
injustice.
that would be a direct observation of not justice.
I agree with you. That would be injustice.
so-
No,
Then what are you observing in reality to indicate the justice part?
no. I'm saying that when we die, we're gonna have justice
Yeah,
spiritually.
you're not selling it though.
But you get my point. Like we innately
But you're
don't
not.
feel,
But hey, that guy. I asked you about the work, and you're doing none of the work.
yeah, bro. But you know, can I at least like listen to me, bro? What
No,
I'm
you're
saying
not
is,
working. You're being what is that? A home bum?
what's a humble?
A hobobo?
What's a hobo?
You're freeloader.
Bro, I don't even know what a freeloader means. I'm not even trolling.
It's somebody who takes and doesn't give.
Bro, I just gave you everything. You just gave me a no.
No, what you did
Isn't that
is
you?
that you shoved a conclusion in front of somebody and you did no work to make it appetizing. And you're expecting someone to accept it?
Okay. Let's go to the beginning because for me, I understand it, but I guess you don't. Okay. So let me get.
All right. So
Okay.
I wrote it down. I wrote down what you said. So
No,
we
no,
can keep
but
track.
I missed the point. I think it's an important point for you because you're saying you need to make it appetizing. I get what you're trying to say. Like I feel what you're trying to say. So here's what I'm saying. Okay. Don't we innately have like some criterias that we all as humans have? Yes or no?
Is this pertaining to the first point of life as a test?
No, not that. Just in general. I'll get to
Well,
like.
then get to the life as a test part. Let's work with that one.
No, but
Let's go
bro,
with
I
your
need you
first
to
point.
play with me and just go with me, bro. Like,
Well, I'm trying to play with you on the first point that you said. You said the words,
yeah, well,
right?
I'm coming there.
Did you
Just
say
no,
life was a test?
no, I'm coming
that
there,
the-
bro. I'm coming.
Did
Yeah,
you say
just,
life was a test or not?
yeah, I said that.
Was
bro.
that the
But
first thing you said in your argument?
no, but I'm coming to the point. Just go with me,
It's a yes, that's what you said. That was the first words you said in the argument. I wrote it down.
bro.
So
Just answer my question,
can we discuss that part?
bro. I'm trying to. But you said,
Are
oh,
you not
are you
interested in
trolling me,
defending the words that you said, that guy?
Well, whoa, I'm trying. Oh my god, no, yeah. Are you
Are you
trolling me?
just
I'm
trying
trying.
on Are you trying on words like they're a new suit, and you just realize you don't like those clothes anymore?
I feel like you're trolling, bro.
I think you aren't interested in defending the words that you say, and I'm not
Yeah,
interested in
but
listening to
I just
you
no.
if you're not
Oh,
if you're not going to defend the words you say.
but I'm defending them. But I'm asking you a question.
No, it sounds like a no, you're not, and you just want to talk about whatever you want to talk about. You just want to say words and try them on like a new suit, and you just want to try on some new ones, and I don't actually care for that. Why don't you go back, write down your argument, and then we can actually discuss your arguments. Because at this point is just you're just yapping at somebody, and it's not actually a conversation. Yeah, that guy. There's no reason for you to type. Like, why don't you actually think about the words that you said, and then try to like repackage it?
What's up? Is anyone here right now?
Greetings.
Yeah, greetings.
Do you believe a God exists in reality?
Yeah, I do. I do.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you demonstrate said God?
What'd you say, sir?
Can you demonstrate said God?
Ever read the Bible, pal?
What do you guys think about aspirations?
I'm still going through border customs with somebody.
Yeah, have you not read the Bible?
I've read enough.
It's all the proof you need, brother.
What do you
Proof's
guys
in the
think
pudding.
about aspirations?
So the pudding includes the magical spell sticks into snakes from Dungeons and Dragons first player's handbook. Is that
I
what you
have no
believe
idea
in?
what you're talking about. I don't play
Do you
Okay.
believe in the magical? You don't believe in the magical spell sticks into
I
snakes?
don't believe in Dungeons and
Okay.
Dragons.
It's in that Bible of yours.
Dungeons and Dragons, the game is in the Bible.
Yeah, right. This
No,
it's
the
not.
magical spell sticks into snakes is in the Bible.
Yo,
Yeah,
dragons
and-
are real. We know dragons are real.
Yeah,
Hey,
how do you
man,
not know?
if you're gonna
How do you not know this? Do you have proof that they weren't real?
what the spell sticks into snakes?
That's spells and shit aren't real. Do you have proof that spells aren't real?
Yeah,
Okay, what is it?
yeah. We have physics.
Well, I don't know. It just sounds like a bunch of he said, she said. Like, this is a stupid argument
That's
in my
not
opinion.
that isn't he said she said.
You're arguing if God is real. It's a he said, she said situation.
No,
You're,
it
you're never
isn't.
going to get somewhere if you're arguing with a religious. I'm actually not religious. I was just taking the piss, but this is a stupid conversation to be having if God is real or not.
I'm sorry, are you simply incapable of proving not a thing?
Well, how can you prove God is real and how can you prove he's not real?
Right, like the same way you prove anything else isn't real.
Okay, but how, like, okay, then give me an example.
Right, so you have a crazy person in the psychiatric ward and they're like, hey, I see Elvis dancing in front of me. And you use the same methods to convince them that's not a thing. And you would for God that's not a thing. Which would
But you
be
don't know that. You don't know what that person saw.
effective interaction.
You
Effective
don't know what that person
interaction.
saw though. Like yeah, he's crazy, but like he could have seen some shit, bro. You don't know. Like it's a pointless
Well,
argument.
you
to be
would
making.
have them show it to you.
Okay, can you show me proof that God isn't real?
Right, I'm doing that right now.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Right, so what, where in the analogy did you lose me? Where in the analogy did you lose me?
I just like it with your analogy. It's also a bit of a crazy analogy as well. But you can't prove that someone didn't see something. Like you can't prove that. You know what I mean?
There are plenty of people who are schizophrenic that recognize they're schizophrenic.
Okay, but you're talking about like 1% of religious people that are schizophrenic. What about the 99% that aren't schizophrenic?
We're talking about proving not a thing. Focus on what the task is, which is here's a thing, prove it doesn't exist.
Okay, then I'm asking you to prove it doesn't exist. That's what I'm
Right.
asking
And
you.
so in the analogy, where did you lose me?
I already told you. The analogy is silly because you can't prove that, like, I don't know how to fucking say it. You can't prove that someone didn't see something, you know what I mean? Like someone
But we
you
did
can't see
prove
what they
that.
saw.
We've done it
With what? Who's we?
with therapy,
Therapy?
therapists.
What? Would you like to make a link there, or like that's very vague?
Of successful psychiatric treatment for schizophrenia?
What what, why are we talking about schizophrenia?
Because it's a direct example of proving the non-existence of something. Someone's
But that's
experiencing a delusion and you've convinced them that it's a delusion.
okay, like I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying, like, I'm a non-believer. I'm just saying that the argument that God isn't real is a stupid argument because you're never going to get across to anyone.
Well, it would
And
be the
also,
same
it's a,
argument for Elvis isn't real, dancing in front of you.
but we have documentation that Elvis was real. Jesus
Yeah,
was
but Elvis
what,
dancing
like
in front of you right
thousands?
now. Elvis dancing in front of you right now, though.
Yeah, he's not like what?
Right. And so we can
Yeah.
prove that.
Okay. Yeah, we can prove that.
And we have proven things like that just fine.
Okay.
And we do it the same way.
Who's we? Who is we?
Like people who are actually competent at convincing others,
I mean, like,
like psychiatrists.
so I kind of get what you're saying, but like the schizophrenia shit, I don't see where, like, I get that it kind of links with like
Well,
Christianity
we
and
can
like
do it. We
believing
can do it
something you can't
without.
see.
Yeah, if you're so hung up on the schizophrenia, we can take a different example for you. I can prove for
Uh,
you. Like if we take a different example of there is not an apple, like you example. So there you have the statement. There's an apple in this hand, right? So that would be the statement you're examining, right? And then you check:
uh-huh.
is this a thing or not a thing? You know what the effects of apples are, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
And so you go check the hand and you see if you get the effects. No effects? Huh. Doesn't seem to be a thing.
It's a lot more complex than that. Like I get your analogy. I completely understand what you're saying, but you also have to admit it's a lot more complex than just.
All right, how
You
much
can't
more
just not doing
complex?
anything.
Detail that. Give me
It's
receipts.
very complex.
Yeah, give me the receipts. What more is there?
Like let's say, for example, miracles. I don't believe in miracles. I believe that it like
No,
everything needs
focus
like
focus, stay simple. We'll focus on the apple.
but like the apple is a pointless argument. I don't understand the
What's
apple
point? Wait,
argument.
wait. So it's pointless to demonstrate the non-existence of an apple when we're asking about how do you prove the non-existence of things?
Yeah, but God isn't like you. How do you explain it? Like you won't. I don't think. I mean, I've obviously never seen him. I don't think he
All right,
exists.
so
But
you're choosing to be inconsistent with things with how you like determine fact from fiction.
okay,
Or like let me turn off
you didn't
the
let me
tools
finish,
that I
buddy.
use
God,
to
buddy. You
determine
didn't let me
fact and
finish. Right?
fiction.
I'm not done here. All right, buddy. You didn't let me finish. All
Well,
right,
why
as
is
I
this
was saying,
analogy inappropriate then?
as I was saying, God, you don't know if he's a physical form or not. Some people may see him, some people will not see him. It's very up in the air about all this religion shit is up in the air. One analogy of is there an apple in my hand or not? Oh, there isn't. Oh, okay, then like you can't see it, so it's not there. It's a lot more complex than that, and I know you know that, and I know you're not going to admit it.
Complex how?
It's like, okay, what do you mean how? Like,
Well,
I just told you.
everything
Like,
you've stated seems to be no different than the apple.
well, I just said that God might not be a physical thing.
Yeah, but the process is the same exact thing.
But it's not though. If someone believes they saw something, and I mean they might not have proof of it, but if someone believes they saw something, then yeah, like they might have saw it, they might have not saw it, but it's a he said she said at the end of the day. Like, look, we're in the
Yeah,
same
but
boat.
like if you're doing the process of what's a thing and what's not a thing and how to prove that, it's the same process. What's missing? What's your infinite more complex, not infinite. What's your more complex? You're saying it's more complex, that means there's more steps. What's the more steps?
Well, I don't think you're listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying that the Apple argument. Look, we're just going in circles here, brother. We're just going in circles.
Well, I think the problem is that you're full of shit. It's not more complex. It's exactly the same.
Oh shit! All right. Well,
That's why you're
like I
struggling
said,
and going in circles. That's why you're running.
like I said, I'm also an atheist. I don't believe
Right?
that God
And
exists.
I'm showing you some freaking bulletproof. How the fuck do we prove things are not a thing? Like it's pretty
Yeah, but like, is God even a
cut
thing
and
though?
dry,
Like,
man.
well, yeah, it is cut and dry if you're proving
Right.
an object.
It's like how you
Like
prove to a kid, like
you
the
let me
tooth fairy
fucking
thing.
finish. Holy shit, your little Redditor voice is pissing me off, bro. But you
Like
gotta touch some
Sansa
ground,
and the
bro.
tooth fairy.
Oh my god.
Same process.
As I was saying, God is not an object. Like you can't prove. Like let me give you an example. Let's say old Nana fucking claims she saw God,
Is she hot?
and then what? Jesus, it's pretty bad. But
It's like
claims she saw.
burrito. If you're gonna shift the same God definition 5 different times during an analysis,
I'm
of
not
course
though.
it's gonna
I'm
be
not.
amorphous. All right, so you have one definition in mind, right? To one claim,
Yep.
one claim at a time. Let's do that. Okay, what's the claim?
Okay. So God is not an object. You cannot like prove God is real by just being like,
Right.
oh, we
So you want
can't
to
see him,
test the
then he's
claim
not
of
real.
God is not? Can we focus on what God is, whether it's a thing?
Okay. So wait, what'd you say?
Let's focus on a God definition, not a what a God is not definition.
Well,
We don't define things by what they're not doing. Are you the not stamp collector?
Well, God is. I don't know. He's not an object. He's not a thing.
Yeah, you're Burrito Boy, the not stamp collector, the not Olympic swimmer. Burrito Boy.
Oh yeah. So, but it's hard. I don't know how. What would you explain God is? What would you say? Let me hear from you.
I don't God. I'm not bringing a God claim to the table.
Well,
I
I
just
don't
like you
believe in
wanted
God
you
either.
wanted to analyze this. So let's get a God to analyze.
Well, no. For the sake of the argument, I don't believe in God either. But I'm trying to give you like a description. You're just being like, no, I don't believe in God. Like, I don't believe in God either. But I'm trying to like, you know,
Or you
make
need a
some
God to look at?
progress.
Okay, Osiris. Here's a God. Here's Osiris.
Jesus, religion, like Christianity. Just use
What's
Christianity.
wrong with Osiris?
Use whatever. I'm just fucking saying. Use whatever.
Dude, you give me free license and you're like, I'm taking your license.
Praise my epistemology.
Jesus, who is this? Jesus Christ.
So
How do you
that
like turn off the
you
camera?
wanna
I
evaluate
want
the
to see this
Jesus thing?
shit.
Is that what you wanna do?
Can someone teach me how to turn off a camera? I don't want to see this shit, bro.
I did
Um,
just yeah, you just not look.
sorry, what'd you say?
Alright, you wanna just look at a God claim of Jesus?
Sure. Yep, go ahead.
Which Jesus? The magical Jew?
Whatever
That
you.
cast necromancer spells?
Whatever you want. You obviously know a lot more than religion than me, so whatever you want, mate.
Alright, so we have a claim of magical Jew that casts necromancy spells.
Yeah.
Right, and so the process is like, this a thing or this not a thing?
The spell or
Alright,
Jesus himself.
your understanding of reality, is magic a thing?
You're like I can't really understand you. You're mumbling. Like, you speak up or something.
Alright, according to your understanding, is magic a
Yep.
thing?
Is magic a thing? Look, I don't believe magic is a thing, but it could be. Like, you never know.
What?
Well, I don't
So
believe magic.
is this to never know, like the Elvis is real kind of never know?
No, no.
The Elvis is real dancing in front of you?
Elvis is real because we have documentation. We have video proof of him being real. Magic,
No,
I
but I'm
don't know
talking
is real.
about dancing in front of you currently. That
Okay,
Elvis.
Elvis is not dancing in front of me right now. There you go. I
But
don't
you
know
never
I
know.
don't know what point
But
you're trying to
wait, you never know, man. You never know.
make.
Kobe,
No, but
never know.
I can. WHP. No, I can see it. Like, I can understand what you're saying now, but it
Is it a thing or not?
is magic a thing or not? I don't fucking know if it's a thing or not. Alright, I don't believe it is.
Really, man? Really?
What do you mean, really?
I mean, really, like magical Jew walking on water, like casting necromancy spells,
I mean, dude,
raising
you
the
never
dead,
know. It happened like 1,000 years ago. Like, how could you?
turn
How could
undead.
you say? I just like.
Because we know,
at the end
because
of
we
the
have a
day,
good idea of how reality works, man.
look, at the end of the day, we're both atheists. Like, we both agree on the same shit. I just came here to say it's a pointless argument and arguing because you're never going to find solid proof. You're never going to find solid proof. Jesus is real.
I
Jesus
just
is
gave you
not real.
solid proof against Elvis
It's
dancing in front of
Elvis.
you.
Who fucking cares about Elvis? Suck my nuts.
Well, I'm trying to build up to the God thing. It's just you're pulling
Yeah,
teeth.
I completely understand what you're saying. I
It's
I
like it
get it.
seems like we build some common ground and then we immediately lose it.
Yeah, because
So
you
you
go,
gotta build it back up again.
well, actually, Elvis is. That's
Well,
why,
it's like
bro.
you have amnesia, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, I love you, bro. You're hilarious. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say, man. Like, if you don't believe in God, good on you. Like, I don't either. But like I said about 20 other different times, you can't prove God is not real because you weren't there. You didn't see it. You didn't see it happen thousands of years ago.
And
Could have
so you
happened.
think
Could have
purple
happened.
hippos
But
that poop chocolate ice cream is a thing?
if we use scientific, like if we use science and shit, we use evolution, then obviously it points to God not being real. But at the end of the day, there's always a but. So that's where I stand. So
And
yeah,
so you like Are we allowing the entirety? So if I just make random shit up, you're gonna be like, we never know, or do you have a way to put things off the table? Because it's like, remember that thing I was talking about, distinguishing fact from fiction, like that ability.
Yeah.
It seems like every time I'm talking about not a thing, you're immediately like removing that ability. You're like showing me, you're like directly telling me that you don't have the skill to distinguish fact from fiction. Because it's like, could be
I can.
facts. I don't know what fiction is. I don't know.
But how do you know it's
There
fiction?
could be no
though?
fiction.
How do you know it's fiction? You don't know it's fiction. How do you know
That's
it's
a you
fiction?
problem. No, man. It's just
No,
it just sounds like you're an
if you wanna come
epistemic
at me,
invalid. It just sounds
you wanna
like
come
you're
at
a
me,
cripple when it comes to figuring that
it
out.
sounds like I'm a cripple. Are you
Yeah.
all good? Are you sweet?
Yeah, because
If you
even
want to come at
schizophrenics
me
know how to do this.
So can you prove God is fiction?
I was working on it.
Okay, then go ahead. You got the stage, brother. Go ahead.
Right. But we got to find out if you think magic is a thing or not. We've got to use the tool of fact and fiction.
I don't fucking know. I don't know. So here's the thing. A lot of people believe in magic. A lot of people will say magic is real, and a lot of people say it's not real. So do you think all those people that say magic are real are wrong?
Well, for me, it entirely depends on the reasons why and whether they can show them.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell
And
you.
so
That's what I've been trying to say.
you're choosing to ignore that quality
What quality?
of people who do actually have good reasons. Like you're saying, hey, all these people who don't have demonstrations, I'm just gonna maybe take them seriously. Let's do that.
You're taking this like for every, like, obviously, like, you got to use your brain a little bit and understand what I'm saying. You're just like repeating exactly what I'm saying. Obviously, if a group has more proof than another, that's why I'm atheist. That's why, because atheists have more proof of God not being real with science and shit than religious people. Just be like, oh yeah, God's real, or I read the Bible. But I just, you're being a prick. Like, I don't know what you like. You're being a fucking prick.
I'm being the prick and like asking whether you believe that people can resurrect the dead.
You just called me a cripple.
I had an epistemic cripple. Yeah, like whether you can figure out fact and fiction, you're a cripple in that department.
I can, and I've said that many times. Like,
it's a little pathetic.
What is?
Like a 5-year-old can figure this out, dude.
But like, I've brought up so many points, and you just revert to insulting me, calling me.
You know, kids think cartoons are funny because they know because they can kind of tell the difference between fact and fiction is.
Oh my god, I'm not a fucking Christian, dude.
Because they know aspects of magic are not a thing.
People like you,
especially like the one like resurrecting hundreds of people from the dead and having them walk around town.
You never know.
Is that a thing or not?
What happens?
So you don't know. You don't know if that's a thing.
Atheists get such a bad rap, bro.
You have no good reason to determine whether that's a thing or not. Is what you're telling me.
Obviously, I don't believe it happened, but at the same time, I'm not going to.
I'm asking you if you have the skills to give good reasons on whether that's a thing.
Okay, like on what? On God walking on water and resurrecting?
On
like,
magic, dude. Yeah, on
Okay,
magical Jew that can cast necromancy spells.
Oh, go back to magic. Oh, no, I don't believe magic is real. No.
Right. Okay. So premise to magic not a thing. Therefore, magic Jew that casts necromancy spells is off the table.
Okay, but other people believe in magic.
Era demonstrandum.
Other people believe in magic, all right? Just like I literally.
All right. Other people but we're not interested in whether other people can be stupid or not.
They might not be stupid, though. They might be right. They might not. They might know something we don't.
Right for good reason.
Well, it doesn't have to technically be a good reason. Like you don't have to.
It kind of does to prove stuff.
Not really. You don't.
Yes, really. That's how proving works.
Proving works, not giving a good reason. Proving is
Well,
showing
okay,
something and
burrito. The
proving it.
expectation is having a reasonable interlocutor when we're proving things to people.
Okay.
Do you have that expectation or no?
Look, I'm gonna shut this shit down. I didn't come here to argue with you, bro. I came here to have a conversation. I was low-key rage baiting at the start. I'm not gonna lie, but
Right,
look,
and when you're talking about
look,
proving things, you're
I
immediately
don't
like
care. I don't care
entertaining
anymore. I don't care.
unreasonable people.
I could care less. I can tell you're not a happy person. I don't want to make your day any more worse.
Well, if you're just being a bad faith interlocutor, yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit rubbed the wrong
Well,
way.
I can't understand what you're saying. You've got like that Redditor accent. I can't.
Redditor?
Yeah, you got like that Reddit accent, bro.
Hey man, you live in a country where if you go 40 feet, you get a different accent. You should probably just get used to it.
You live in a country where you walk 40 feet and you get fucking shot. Like, we can talk about countries, bro.
You
Your
think so?
country is only funding a genocide. Like, we can talk about countries. if you
Yeah,
want.
but people get shot in the other countries, not this one.
We don't. It's not here. No one gets shot here. We don't have guns. People
Yeah,
get
you
shot once a
stabbed.
month. Thousands of people, not thousands, but like so many people get shot daily in America. We haven't
Yeah,
had a shooting.
guns are a problem here. Gun safety is not
Yeah,
important
so
out here.
don't bring up my country when your country's in the shit, funding a fucking genocide and licking Israel's balls. All right.
Well, we were asking about listening comprehension here at this stage.
Well, obviously you're not listening to what I'm saying. Like, leave Australia out of this, all right?
I was
Jesus.
kind of listening to what you were saying, and it was
Oh, I'm
unreasonable.
sorry. Oh, never mind. What was unreasonable that you guys have a lot of gun deaths and Israel is currently owning your country? Like, is that unreasonable to say, or I think that's
I
very
was talking
unreasonable.
more about how you can't prove things and how you
Look,
were
I
constantly
don't really
bringing
care.
up you're bringing up people who would disagree when clearly the expectation here is a reasonable person.
I mean, yeah, that is true, but at the same time, like, it's impossible to prove God existed, and it's also impossible to prove God doesn't exist.
Except the part where it did that exactly.
Shit. How'd you do that though?
Hey, you want to see the argument? I wrote it down for you. Therefore not magical. It's got to be not.
Go ahead.
Big fat not in the conclusion.
Go on and send it to me. Also, I'm not British. I feel like you think I'm British. I'm not British. I don't like those people.
I mean, but you in Ireland or Scotland?
Nah,
Or
Australia.
Australia.
Yeah.
Okay, then you don't
I
live in a
really
country
say
where it's 40 feet different accent, is it?
40 what?
Is it
What'd
like
you
that
say?
is it like that in Australia for 40 feet different
What?
accent?
Yeah, we do have an immigration problem. It's not as bad as the UK though.
Yeah, but
I
if you're
also
like in Sydney and you go to like what's that, Auckland or something like that,
yeah.
it's not gonna be a big shift.
Yeah, low key, we do have that, but I don't see a problem in it. I actually welcome it.
I think you're more or less kind of like pretty like more homogenous than anything with respect to
Mahogynous.
accents on the continent, subcontinent.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather be here than America. I feel for you. I'd
I'm
be
a little
scared
bit
living
worried
here.
about your natural resources though, dude. You get exploited as fuck.
Yeah, we do get fucked in the ass by a lot
It's
of
like literally
countries.
all your natural resources are just like going to China.
We just sell them and then we buy them back. It's pretty sweet. Good. What can you do though? At least we're not sending billions to Israel. You've also that.
Yeah, some shit.
Funding a genocide that also isn't great look on you guys.
It's some bullshit, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, man, I'm glad we found. We didn't really find common ground, but I'm glad this conversation ended a bit better than it started.
Find that common ground. Magic not a thing. Not magical Jew.
It's calling him a magic. You're the magical Jew walking on fucking on water. It's not real. It's a fantasy. Anyway, brother, have a good
A breadstick fantasy.
God is real.
Can you demonstrate that?
Here's my like version of it. Basically, like the chance that we're like the perfect distance away from the sun to the point where we can have all this living and growing. And you genuinely think that's just like luck?
You said the word chance, meaning the number of preferred options out of the number of possible options.
Yeah.
So the number of possible options for this outcome would be 1.
Out of
1.
1 out of 1.
100%.
So the chances of this happening are 1 out of 1.
Yeah, 100% for this outcome.
So for 1 out of 1 would mean that it's 100%.
Perfect score.
So the chances out of all the planets in this world, in this, what the fuck do you even call it, bro? Universe, fucking, besides the universe, the chances of this planet being in the perfect position, perfect place for us to exist is 100%.
Yep.
I mean, where else would you find it, dude? In places it can't exist? That's retarded, right? That's like freaking out that you find ice in your freezer. Like, that's exactly where you expect to find ice.
Are you even
You want to hear
understanding
something?
what I'm saying?
You want to hear something cool that you probably never thought about?
Do you, all right, Earth's, hold on, but let me say this first. Earth's the planet, right?
Did you know that the freezer has to be
Hey, I
at
didn't ask
least
for a question.
0
I asked for an
degrees
answer.
Celsius in order for ice to form? That ice will not form above 0 degrees Celsius. Did you know that?
Yeah,
It's
I did
almost
know
like the water is finely tuned to freeze at 0 degrees. It's crazy, huh? Like,
Damn,
how
they
did
must
water
have
know
fucking-
it was going to be 0 degrees freezing?
They must have changed that in the coding or something in the game. You know what I'm saying? Who changed that coding though?
You wanna learn something new?
Yeah, let's hear it, bro.
All right, you familiar with the concept of torch blindness?
Mm-mm.
So when you're like, if you're like in a dark cave or something like that, you hold a torch in front of you, you can't see any of the features on the wall or anything like that.
Why
The
not?
light is so bright, you can't see anything next to it.
Okay, what
It's
about
just
it?
how light works, right? Now, think about us looking at space. See all these stars with prospective planets next to them.
No, you
Stars,
don't
really
see-
bright light. So everything next to the planets, we don't actually know what the heck is right next to them because the star is too bright. So all these other planets, we still have to go check.
What about it?
We still need to check.
And that proves what?
It proves that the stuff about chance
So you
is coming
believe
from a
that?
position of incredible ignorance.
Okay, so let me say my thing. I'm not very like intellectual or like I don't have like big words to say, but So you believe that there's the small chance. I mean, you said it's one of one, but obviously it's not. There's so many planets in the universe that we already know of, and
Well,
there's
you're
more
just
that we don't know.
misusing the word chance.
Okay, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. There's so many planets already, and the chance that we are the one planet that's so far and close enough to the sun, which how many the sun's a star, right?
Well, you
So how
think
many
that you
stars
think
are
we're the
there?
only one?
Yes.
Bro, it's called
Why?
the habitable zone for a reason. Like that's exactly where you would expect to find life. That's why I made
Yeah,
the
but
analogy
there's
of the water in
I
the
mean,
freezer.
But
I mean,
Leah, remember how I said we need to check?
I wasn't done.
Yeah, but we barely started
Alright,
looking.
okay, but we're cutting down to things. Okay, we're starting at that, and you already know how many planets there are. I mean, we don't know. You know, there's millions and billions, and probably to your knowledge, infinity. All right.
What?
So now
No.
we're cutting it down to a sperm cell.
Are you saying plants come from sperm cells, dude?
No, dumbass. Okay, I'm saying you're cutting it down to the fact that we're on this planet. You were the sperm cell that got to the
Bro,
egg.
where did you expect to be? Like on another planet, you would be saying the same thing about that planet. You know what I mean, right?
What planet are you talking about?
Dude, I'm saying,
What other
look,
planet is
you're
there
like,
that there's
you're
life?
like, whoa, we're like here on this planet. And I'm like, yeah, if you were on another planet, you'd be saying it about that one.
We can't be on another planet because there's no other habitable planet.
You don't know that.
Have you heard of the Texas sharpshooter
You know that there's
fallacy?
not?
Dude, we know of many habitable zone planets, dude.
What planet? Mars? It's not habitable.
Look up
Yeah.
TRAPPIST. TRAPIST.
What?
TRAPIST. TRAPPIST. Look that up. There's like 4 planets in the habitable zone, I think they said.
I looked up TRAPPIST.
It's the name of the star. Dude,
Well, it's
dude,
part of some
dude.
Catholic shit. Hold on, let me look
No,
it
do
up.
TRAPPIST star system or solar system. TRAPPIST solar system.
Okay. I'm looking at it.
It's pretty famous because it was found to have so many planets in the habitable zone that and there's like a super Earth there, so it's just a spot where they think it's a good chance that there could be life on that planet or in that solar system. We don't know, but that like I said,
well, I'm looking at like a
planets
photo
in
right
it.
now, and the sun looks to be a lot fucking bigger than our sun. So
yeah, it's a red giant, I think.
So that's your answer. Well,
when
No, but you could be further away, and it would be habitable.
Yeah, that's how that works. Every star has a zone where water can form. That's what makes a habitable zone. Hang on, no, listen. Every star has a distance that water will melt. You understand that? That's what they mean by habitable zone, where there is liquid water.
Water will melt?
Yes, where liquid water forms is the habitable zone. Every star has a distance.
I took a lot of fucking physics class and I've never heard about water melting.
Dude, I'm talking about water forming, like water versus ice.
Ice melting into water.
You understand what I'm saying, though, dude?
Yeah, hold on.
All a habitable zone is referring to is where there's liquid water. And that can range depending on the star. Our star, we're in the habitable zone. We expect life to be in the habitable zone.
What, ice?
Just where water is.
I have a commentary that's more like relevant to the point. Unless you want to keep digging into these details.
Keep going.
All right, are you familiar with the Texas sharpshooter fallacy?
No.
An analogy goes like this. There's a picture in the side chat for reference. So there's a farmer in Texas. Goes to his barn, pulls out a 6-shooter, shoots a bunch of holes in the barn. And he takes out a paint bucket and starts painting bullseyes around the holes. And he's like, look, I just shot all these perfect bullseyes so perfectly. They're perfect in the center. I'm the best sharpshooter in Texas.
Yeah.
Does that sound familiar?
No.
It doesn't sound like, look at this planet. Life on this planet came so perfectly. It's a perfect score for life. In this way, perfect.
But life is only on this planet.
That we know of, dude. We haven't even been off
Yeah.
this planet other than one time to the fucking moon, dude.
Did you forget the
there's-
whole torch blindness I just told you about? Where we still need to go check?
Check what?
The planets that could be habitable.
They could be, but how long has the fucking world been a thing? How long is this shit? I mean, come on, man.
No,
You know,
do you remember, like,
do you know what mass spectroscopy is?
No.
So you can look at light from a star, and you can look at light bouncing off a planet, and you can look how that light scatters off of any atmosphere that would be there, and you can get what's called a spectral line. That spectral line will tell you what elements is producing the spectral line. So look up spectral line, and this is how the nerds deduce what elements are present in a planetary atmosphere. Now, on planet Earth, the only place that we got atmospheric oxygen from is from organic life, from life creating it as a byproduct, like bringing it up as a byproduct. So if we find oxygen on a planet, that's a strong indicator that there may be life there. So these are the type of things that the nerds are looking at when they talk about habitable zones and yada yada, and whether life could be in this solar system or the other one, is they look for signatures of life. Organic compounds can be found in spectral lines and stuff like that, like different elements.
that only works for where we can see the planets, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because the torch blindness is still a big thing. Like, the only way you cure torch blindness is if you get closer. And those things are billions of light years away. So we need a second. To go check.
So your whole like thought process is that we have to wait for billions of years to see the light to travel to us before we know what actually is going on over there.
No. Waiting here isn't going to tell you anything. You have to go there to go check it out.
And that's what makes you believe that there's life somewhere else.
No, that's how you
no
check
one's
if
saying
there's
that.
life somewhere else.
But look, how long
That's
do you think
that's how you go. That's how you investigate if there's life somewhere else.
how long do you think that this planet has been here?
4 billion years.
Okay, so if you're talking about light years, what's the difference between years and light years?
Light years is just
Yeah.
how far light travels in a year.
That's
So
a
very
distance,
fast, right?
and then a year is a measurement of like change.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah, light years.
So
is
light years,
distance.
light years is way faster than just regular years to us,
No,
right?
no, no. Light years a
No, they're-
distance. Years a time.
they're different
light years-
dimensions.
But light travels very fast, right?
Yeah,
So 4 billion light years.
it's like
That's
149
how
million
is that
miles. or some
basically saying
bullshit.
how fast light can travel in 4 billion years?
What?
Is
No,
that basically-
it means it would take 4 billion years for light to travel that far.
Light travels at 300 kilometers. Well, 300,000 kilometers per second. So every second light moves, it moves 300,000 kilometers. So that's every second. So you just times that by 60 times 24 times 365, and that's how far light travels in a year, which is insanely far. It's like 149 million miles or some shit, or kilometers. You'd have to do the math, but it's simple math. 300,000 times 60, so that's 6 times 3, 8. It's 180 million, right? times 24.
All right. Think about it like this. Look. So light years travel fast, right?
No,
Think about all the stars
they go
that
that
we can
far in a
already
year.
see.
Yeah, light years
Okay.
don't travel. That's
Yeah.
just
All
a
right, whatever.
distance.
But for how many years the world's been a thing?
Dude, look at
There's
it this
that
way. Alpha
the light has had that
Centauri.
much time to travel there, right?
Hold
To
on.
us,
The
right?
closest star is 4 light years.
Okay, but
So-
I'm saying all the stars that we can see, if there's no light pollution and you look up at the sky, all the stars that we can see, they've had enough time to come from where they are to us, because obviously it's you don't see the
Yeah,
light
but
instantly.
that doesn't make you less torch blind.
You know what torch blindness is? You try to explain this.
Explain it again. Let me understand.
So let's say I'm holding up a newspaper, right? And I'm like 10
Mhm.
feet away, and I'm showing you the headline of a newspaper, right? You'd be able to read it just fine. It's a headline. It's like 10 feet away, right? Now,
Yep.
if I shine a ginormous halogen lamp, like you see at like a baseball stadium, if that's right next to the newspaper, you're not going to read the newspaper. You're just going to be blinded by the fucking light right there next to it. So planets are incredibly dull, right? They don't emit light, they reflect it. So planets are very dull compared to a planet. Or I mean compared to a star. When you look at a star, stars are insanely bright. Look at our star. You'll go blind. That's how bright they are, right? It's high energy radiation coming off it. So it's like searing your fucking retina. That's how bright they are. When you look at a planet, it's like they're black, basically, unless they're being shined on by a planet. So whenever you're looking at a planet in another solar system, you have an incredibly bright torch right next to it, relatively speaking. You know what I mean? So if any aliens looking at us would be seeing our star, they would infer where our planet is by watching our star wobble. They'll be able to track where our planets are just by watching our star wobble and dim. They'll know when like planets are passing in front of the star when it dims. But that's if they're lucky to have it in between us, right? Like their orbit may be tilted or something. We'll never see that or something like that. Or like the aliens looking at us might be below our solar plane, our solar system's plane.
So basically what you're saying is, does every star have a solar system?
Sorta. I mean, in theory, they kind of do, but some are rogue. Some planets don't have stars, man. They're just out there wandering stars, dude. They're wandering planets. They're just starless. There's either they got ejected or their star got blown up or, you know, whatever. Two stars got too close and flung a planet out. But yeah, there are naked stars, and there are stars in big nurseries where, I mean, there's stars in clusters, right? Where you can have 10 stars in a region the size of our solar system, right? Like it'd be insane, but you can have all kinds of different shit going on out there, man. Dude, there's a black hole that is the actual size of our entire solar system. Like the event horizon from one side to the other is the entire, like 24 astronomical units wide or some shit like that. It's just like, bruh. Like, I don't know how big our solar system is. I'd have to look it up, but one astronomical unit is from Earth to the sun is an astronomical unit. And so you've got black holes out there with event horizons bigger than our solar system, with like 100 billion stellar masses in the thing. Space is ridiculous, bro. But like, what I try to make sure people understand is that you could always go into your bathroom, look in the mirror, and see a monkey. So no matter how special you think you are, ground yourself in the fact that ooh ooh ah ah is a language of your people.
That don't make sense.
Dude, we're just ground monkeys, man, with big brains, and we're looking out at the stars. We think we're important.
Yeah.
But like, you know, life is to be found in habitable zones, man. That's like not a shock. Like that's why I was talking to you about freezers. You don't freak out when you get ice out of the freezer because that's the environment you expect to find ice in. If we found if we were on like Pluto right now, some situation like that would be fucking crazy. It wouldn't be impossible, but it would be
But look,
fucking
with
wild.
with your freezer analogy, it's not. That's the environment. Anything under 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius is gonna create ice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so there's a
So that's a
zone
very
around every
big, 'cause
star.
there's obviously planets that are way colder than where we're at, and there's planets that are way hotter than where we're at.
Yeah, look at Venus. It's close to the star and it's fucking hellhole.
Yeah,
but that's
not
primarily
like,
because of the
that's
atmosphere.
not like the ice thing you're using isn't like a fine line. You know, it's
No,
anything
it
under
is.
this.
100% is a fine line.
It's anything under 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. Anything under that is
No,
ice.
it has to do with atmospheric pressures too. But I'm saying there's a physical equation that is guaranteed you will have ice under very specific conditions.
I mean, yeah,
ice
that's
doesn't
just
form
like
randomly.
That's just like chemistry.
Right.
You need
And that's what a
H2O,
habitable
you create
zone
water.
is just where chemically you have a certain set of conditions that are favorable to the formation of life. That's all a habitable zone is. Every single star has one of those. Now, well, there's exceptions like neutron stars, quasars, magnetars. Those are stars that are not going to have habitable zones, bro. Not any appreciable habitable zone. I don't know if you could have a habitable zone around a magnetar, bro. Like, yeah, you're probably not going to have one. But that's a
Do you ever
dead
think
star.
like,
Basically.
what if God put all these things there to throw you off?
Well, I not only thought about that for a really long time, but I've realized that it's a stupid question.
Why is it stupid?
Because nerds have already figured out a lot of shit, dude. Like Einstein and Newton together, I think, just completely debunk a creator God. There's no room for a creator in a world with Einstein and Newton. Dude.
How?
What did Newton say in his first law of thermodynamics?
I don't know, something like, what's in motion must stay in motion or some shit.
No, that's laws of motion. I'm talking about thermodynamics.
I don't fucking know, bro. I don't pay attention in class.
You can't create energy or destroy it. And what did Einstein say about what matter is, what everything is? It's energy. So everything is literally made out of a substance or a stuff that can't be created nor destroyed. So there's no room for a creator, bro.
Say that again?
We have no indication of creation even being a thing. As far as I can tell, it's a level 9 wizard spell. So you got Newton, and Newton's first law of thermodynamics is energy can't be created nor destroyed. Albert Einstein's E equals mc squared states that everything is energy. So energy and mass or matter are equivalent. The same thing. It's just they're different forms of the same thing. So everything is made out of energy, and energy cannot be created. So there's no room from our vantage for a creator. There's no room for it. There's nothing that needs to be created. Everything is explained to be not a created thing. It is a thing of substance, of energy. That's our relationship with this stuff. Now, if you could figure out how to make energy and do just one energy, I'll be receptive to all energies being made.
That shit doesn't make any sense.
How does that not make sense?
What form of fucking energy are you talking about?
Any energy. I don't care. You make one energy. Just one.
Is electricity not energy?
Yeah, electricity's energy. Now just make one energy.
Wind energy?
Make one. Just invent one energy. That's all you need to do, bro.
They've already been invented.
In any unit. In any unit you decide. I don't care what unit you decide.
There's multiple forms of energy.
And I don't care how much energy, whether you want to measure it in newtons or
I don't know about
watts.
that shit, bro. I don't know what that even fucking means, bro. A
What,
watt
newtons?
is like electricity, bro.
Yeah, newtons
Bro.
are a measure of force.
What? So you want me to create a new form of energy to
Just,
prove
no,
that
I'm just
there's
saying
no
make
energy
one
that can
energy.
be created?
Just make one energy.
I can't make energy, but there is energy that's being made every day.
No, there's not.
Fossil fuels create energy.
Nope, they don't.
What the oil creates energy? Nuclear
No, it does not.
energy?
E-
Why
ener-
does it say energy then?
You lose energy when you burn fossil fuels. You lose energy.
But it's creating energy as well.
Nope, it's not creating. You're losing energy. There is
So why do
no
they burn
way
fossil
to make energy.
So why do they burn fossil fuels?
What do you mean to get energy?
Am I retarded or something? Or like
I mean, yeah, a little bit, yeah. If you're not getting it, we can unfuck it though. It's not a problem. So
Yeah,
okay, so
so-
you can't make energies, right? Right. We've established that you can't make energies.
you can't make it out of nothing. But
No,
can
you can't
create
make
energies, yeah.
No, you can't. You can't make them in any shape, form, or
Didn't you
fashion.
just fucking say that?
No,
Con-
I said you could go get it. So it's made. It's
Get it
just
to-
over there. You got to go get it. Right now,
That's converting
you
energy.
have to spend energy to go get that energy. It's over there, but it is
But it's
rip
making
roaring
more
ready to
energy
go.
than
But
you're
it's gonna
spending.
you're gonna have to spend energy to get it, and then you do
Okay, so-
you spend your energy,
Okay,
and then
but
you get
look. If I have to spend energy, where am I creating this energy from that I have to
No,
spend
it's
to get that?
convert. It's
Yeah.
convert. The only
Yeah,
thing you do is convert.
Yeah, you transfer
Convert
it
what
from
to what?
from one form or another.
Convert it to what? Convert what to what?
Depends on what
So
you
you
want to do.
convert, like in the oil
Convert
example,
nothing
you
into
have
nothing?
you have chemical bonds, and then they convert to thermal energy.
Chemical bonds. What is chemical bonds?
Energy bonds, electrodynamic
What's
forces,
electrical dynamic?
electromagnetism. So you have like van der Waals forces. You have hydrogen bonds. You've got covalent bonds. You got different ways that chemistry interacts. Chemicals interact physically with one another, so they get stuck through charges. Everything's charges. This is electromagnetism.
Yeah, they have attractive and repelling relationships. And so what you
Magnet,
do
right?
is these attractive or repelling relationships change, and they convert to a different form.
So, like a magnet, right? If you
Yeah,
put one side of a
that's-
magnet
yeah,
to
it's
another magnet, it's
electromagnetism,
gonna
yeah.
repel.
It's exactly like a magnet.
But if you put the other sides to each other, they connect.
Yeah.
But the thing from I'm picking up from what you guys are saying is, let's say we have magnet on magnet, like whatever the fuck they are that connect, positive, negative, I don't fucking know. There's something else out there that connects better than it does to each other.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
No,
there's
we're just
some-
saying that the total sum
So
of
you
stuff.
can convert.
No, we're saying energy is the stuff. All stuff is energy. And there's only so much.
And
But
you're
you can create more
always
energy out of
no,
stuff.
no, you cannot create one energy.
doesn't
That
make
is
sense.
impossible to do.
That doesn't make any sense.
I
There's
know,
no out
dude.
of stuff. There's
It's
only
hard.
the stuff.
Look at it this way. Think about it this way.
But if I turn fucking dirt into fucking gold,
Hang on. Look at it. Just imagine this. This is
For
going
an
to
example.
help you. Think about a bucket of water. Okay. Think about
Okay.
a bucket of water. Now
thinking about a better water.
have it like floating, like it's just like floating in a void, right? And you've got the water in the bucket takes the shape of the bucket, right?
Yep.
Delete the bucket. What do you expect the water to do?
Spread out.
Spread out, fall, right? It's released. It's no longer contained. And so it goes from a very high ordered bucket like shape to a very scattered, chaotic glob of falling whatever it does, right? So that action going from contained in the bucket is a high energy state, very high energy, because everything's ordered and compacted, tight, right up next to each other. But you remove
Why
that
is it like that?
because of the boundary condition, the bucket. You remove
No, it's
that
not.
boundary
It ain't.
condition.
That's a boundary. The boundary is, yeah, that's part of it, but
Right. That,
it's
well,
'cause
hold
of
on.
gravity. So is gravity energy?
Yes, you're imagining. Yes, it's a negative energy. That's what I'm about to explain. So you have that boundary condition, the bucket. That's stopping the water from moving. It's confining. And like you said, the gravity is pulling down. That's what's compactifying that water in the bucket. But I'm saying now delete the bucket out of the equation, and gravity now wins, right? And so all that water is just going to scatter and spread out. It's no longer going to take that shape of the bucket. You're now allowing that water to move, and the motion of that water can do work. That's energy. So the difference between the potential energy in that bucket and the kinetic energy, well, the potential energy in that bucket was a relationship of kinetic energy and thermal energy, right? But we call it potential energy because it's confined within that boundary condition. You remove the boundary condition, and all of that energy turns to kinetic. Well, not all of it, but a lot of it turns or converts into kinetic energy, and you get all that motion of the water. And during that motion of the water, that's work being done. That's the utilization of energy. But what you notice is here, in when the water is spreading out, that's the energy being used. What you can't do is
All right, I got
pull
a
all
question.
that stuff back together, creating
All right,
energy.
look.
That would create energy.
So you know how people can create energy from water, right?
No, they
Like
can't.
those,
We just discussed with this,
they
Lank, that
have
you
those
cannot
like
create energy.
it's
bro.
like a windmill with water, bro. Like it's in
Yeah,
a
but
river and it
they're
just
not
spins.
creating
The
energy.
water
bro.
creates its. It creates energy? Does it not?
No.
That's the whole point of it. Does it not create
They're
electricity? Electricity and part of it.
decompactifying the energy. So
But they're
the
not burning. What?
They're
Okay,
so
but the
the
energy's never
reason.
ending.
Do you know why we use fossil fuels? Do you know what the reason is? It's a
No.
hydrocarbon. It's what's called a hydrocarbon. So plants and organisms spend a lot of solar energy making polymers, hydrocarbons. Okay, well, they don't make the hydrocarbon. The earth makes the hydrocarbon after the organic substances are released. Earth's pressure and heat and stuff will make they'll make hydrocarbons, and those
Oh,
hydrocarbons.
bro, that shit fucking hurt.
That's fine. We'll move on. Those hydrocarbons are easy to break, and when you break the bonds in those hydrocarbons, they release a lot of heat and kinetic energy. They're compactified. That's what a hydrocarbon is. Highly compactified substance that's easy to break and creates a lot of heat and energy in the process. It releases the energy. You're not creating energy, you're releasing the energy that was stored in that substance by all of the chemical processes before it. Because that's what a tree is taking carbon dioxide from the environment plus sunlight and converting that into a polymer. And that polymer
When does it
is
ever get
its
to the
leaf.
point? When does
Do
it ever
what?
get to a point for you that it's just too complicated to even think about?
What do you mean?
That doesn't ever like occur to you, like in your brain, where it's like there's so much shit to think about. This could be this could be that, to where it's not even worth thinking about.
No, because I just listen to what the nerds say.
But what about the people that just live?
Everybody just lives, dude. What are you talking about? Until they die,
No,
but
but
like we all just
I'm
do
a person.
that.
For example, I'm a person that just lives. I'm not. I mean, I like to learn, but I'm not like fucking infatuated with this shit, this fucking outer space, all this shit. I just believe in God, and then I live my
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
And one day I'll
I
die, and
think
we'll
that's
find out what
disgusting.
happens.
Yeah, I get you. That's why I'm trying to help you.
I'm trying to help you to like come to
Yeah.
peace with your life.
No, I get that.
So-
that's your intent is to
So
help
you
me.
believe
But
one
that's
day,
just brain damage.
one day is your plan, and when you die, you know, if it's of old age or something other or another.
Well, life is a chemical action. It's a chemical process. It's a transient process. It's not always going to be there for me. That's correct.
And you're okay with that.
What do you mean? Am I okay with that? Do I
You're
have
okay
a
with
choice?
just dying. You're okay. So you lived your whole life.
What does that
you're okay
mean,
with-
though?
I'm saying you're okay with at the end of your life. There's nothing but nothingness.
I don't understand your question. What do you mean? Am I okay with it? Bro, I'm a
believe
brown
that's what it
monkey
is?
like you. I'm the same kind of animal as you.
I'm not a grand monkey.
Well, you are. Look in the mirror. You're a monkey. If you
I'm a
do this whole
person.
time, I've been speaking monkey. This whole time. That literally, I'm speaking monkey. If you understand what I'm saying, it's because you speak monkey, bro. Like if you were a walrus, you would have no fucking clue what these chimp noises
Yeah,
that I'm making.
we're the
You'd have
same
no
species,
idea.
though. That's the thing. Like, there's liberals and then there's normal
No,
people.
we're all monkeys, dude. Like I'm speaking mammal, right? Like if you understand this, it's probably because you're a mammal, one of the mammals.
You know how many mammals there are that
Yeah,
don't
there's a
understand?
lot. Well, yeah, most mammals don't understand me, but I'm a mammal,
No,
and so
all
I'm
other
speaking.
mammals except for humans don't
Yeah,
understand.
I agree, but we're still mammals, so this is one of the languages of mammals. Mammals make this noise right here. This is a mammalian noise. Listen, that's the noise of a mammal. Would you like to hear a vertebrate? Here, watch. I'm going to do a vertebrate impression. Hi, I am a vertebrate. Yeah, I have a backbone. I have a spine with a bony back, right? It's a vertebrate like a fish. I'm a fish. You are a fish, bro.
Do a sperm whale impression.
Well, I'm not a sperm whale. I'm not related to a sperm whale that way.
But they're mammals, aren't they?
They are mammals, yeah.
And they can kill things with their noise.
I have no idea. I don't know. What does that
Damn.
mean? You talking about their
Maybe
echo shit?
Yeah, they're echo shit.
I'm pretty sure they
things.
can't kill anything with an echo.
Well, it might not be a sperm whale. There's a fucking whale that can do it. What's it called?
I'm not sure. I'm not a whale
Look it
expert
up right
just
now.
because I'm a man,
What
bro.
whale kill things?
But your ancestors about 30 million years ago is a fucking monkey, dude. So you're a monkey. Like you're
I'm
speaking
not a
monkey.
fucking monkey, bro.
Hey,
If I
are
was
you
a
an
monkey,
ape? Are you an ape?
That's more close than a monkey is.
Are you an ape though?
No.
Are you a great ape?
Sperm whales.
No, are you a great ape?
No, I'm a human being.
Yeah. And I would argue that human beings are apes, dude.
Then what the fuck is an ape?
Well, it's a group of animals. It's a bunch of different animals of,
I'm not
of
a
the same
fucking animal.
kind. Or so you're a
I'm-
fungus? Are you a
I'm
fungus?
Liam fucking Glasgow.
Hold on, there's not
And
many
I wake
options.
up every day. Listen,
Let's
I'm
cover the
Liam.
bases, bro. So you're
I'm
saying
giving
you're,
my full
you're
government
not,
name right
bro,
now.
Are you spurring?
I'm Liam fucking Glasgow. I
Can
wake
you
up
not
every day and I
spurg, dude?
piss
I'll just end the
excellence,
conversation right now if you're gonna spurg.
nigga. What the fuck did you just
I'm
say?
trying to help you, not listen to you act like a fucking retard, dude.
I was just like
Yeah, I don't give a shit, dude. I don't give a shit what you're trying to do right there. I'm trying to
Yeah, I
help
don't give
you.
a shit either. Matter of fact, yeah, you're right.
I have far more entertaining shit to do. You're not anywhere near the list of entertaining shit at that point, dude. Like, I don't need you for comedy. I was using you for content. That's fine, dude. But if you're just going to fucking gas out and start saying retarded shit, go take a nap, dude.
Yeah. What are you guys saying, dude?
Alright, if God isn't real, let me ask you this question.
All he had to do was ask a question, and then he would have been proven that God wasn't real. Because he said, if God isn't real, let me ask you this question. So it just seems like the question means that God's not real. Or is my shit retarded? Because it sounds like he was stipulating
Hello? Why did you mute me, anti-nerd United Strike Force?
Because I'm a dick.
I didn't know. I was not. I was learning and you muted me.
Well, I was warning you and you weren't listening.
I was trying to learn, bruh. I want to learn everything. You know?
Do you want a ban
Do I want a ban? For what?
for annoying me?
That's very, like, North Korea type-ish.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not here to be annoyed by you and just chit chat. I'm not here for
Hey,
that.
I don't want no smoke with you, bro. Chill.
Vegan? Okay. All right.
Yo, hello, I can prove that God's not real. Yo, hello. Yo, if you don't answer me, I'm automatically right if you don't answer me, just saying. You have 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, alright.